Guys, how you doing? My name is Connor Steinberg. It's 4 a.m. here in Dallas, Texas. I'm up late. My patterns have been broken. My habits have been broken, just like a lot of yours, which is why I'm filming this video right now, because I'm seeing your messages, your questions, your emails coming at 2, 3, 4 a.m. Guys, stick it out. I'm going to give you some optimistic news here. I'm going to give you a press release I want to go over out of China of what's happening in their housing market. So, guys, I highly recommend, before you panic and pull all your efforts off the sideline, that you watch this video all the way through. Now, because I am an investor, I am an agent, and I do run a real estate agent team at eXp Realty of almost 400 agents across 28 states and going into our third country at the time of filming this. I have a unique perspective on the real estate market. I'm getting it on a macro level, on a micro level. I'm hearing it from agents. I'm hearing it from investors. I'm going to give you my take on this. So quickly to kind of recap what's happening right now, as you guys know, most of the country's in quarantine. Certain parts of the country are being more affected than others. Certain business models are being affected more than others. And I'm going to kind of give you the main things that we're seeing out there. Number one being just the lack of activity in the marketplace. When people are scared to go out, what do you think is going to happen? The market's going to have, just not in real estate, but in business in general, restaurants, everything is seeing a reduction of revenue. So agents can't show houses because nobody wants to go out there in the marketplace to potentially catch something. And homeowners are holding off, not wanting to put their houses on the market, because what would you do right now if you were thinking of selling your house? Do you want to have a bunch of people walking through your house, especially if you're an older individual or have pre-existing conditions? You don't know who's going to come by your house and bring what inside of it. So activity is low, which is causing days on market to go up, number of actives to go up, price reductions are happening, building permits are reducing. You're seeing refinancing happening quite a bit right now. So lots of the things are happening simultaneously. Now, the big effect right now is I have a lot of agents and partners of mine that are seeing buyers back out of transactions or extensions, and the real estate commissions in certain markets in certain areas of the country are allowing this to happen. A lot of buyers are not able to come to closing. For one, they don't have any money anymore because they were going to use the money out of the stock market, which a lot of people do. They cash out and then bring it to as a down payment. They can't close. A lot of loans are falling through just because the loan process, the overwhelming situation that we're seeing right now with the mortgage brokers and everything's just falling out because of chaos. But also a lot of people are just scared to close on a property because why do you want to take a risk? Things are going great, sunshines, rainbows, and fairies everywhere for years on end, and you just now got the confidence and self-esteem to upgrade your lifestyle and buy a house. And now you're seeing this all fall apart. You don't know if you're going to have a job here in the near future. So a lot of people are holding off on should they go forward and buy a house, even if they were under contract to close on it. Now they're getting a forgiveness, a lot of them, and they don't have to go forward. Now, from an investor perspective, this is hurting a lot of them because that's great if there's an automatic extension on closing for 2 weeks or 4 weeks. That's great for the person buying the house, but what about for the investor who has a carrying cost and owes a lender that money? Now, some banks are allowing people to roll payments to the back end, but what if you're using a private money lender or hard money lender that you owe interest only and you don't have a very good relationship with them, and that is their business as well? So a lot of things are kind of getting thrown out of whack. Now, the other thing that's really affecting real estate agents is the inability to go down to the brick and mortar office and close transactions. I mean, part of the reason why I hold my license at eXp Realty is so things like this don't affect me. Our company is exploding. We've actually seen a flood of agents come into our team here because a lot of agents are saying they can't get trained, they can't go down to the office, and that you're going to see a lot of companies go out of business. If you're looking at what's happening, some big brands, I'm not going to out some of them. These are some strong brands, have press releases out there right now. They're firing 10, 20% of the agents in their company because they can't take the overhead on because they have to cover the overhead of the brick and mortar offices. So that's happening. So lots of crazy stuff's going on. So if you're recruiting right now, this is a great opportunity for you guys to do so. Now, on the investor side, the big thing you guys need to be worried about right now is houses that you own, carrying costs going up, and can you get these completed? Contractors are backing off of projects. They're staying at home. So you guys need to figure out however you're going to do it to get these properties done as fast as possible. Even if you have to get them done and pay more to get them done right away, you're going to save more in the carrying costs long term. So you're seeing this happen. Tenants are not paying, evictions are happening, are not able to happen. There's lots of different parts of the country where you're seeing this happen, where they're not enforcing evictions or foreclosures, which is scary to think about because this is not only going to happen on a normal pattern where people are just going to not make the payments, but what about people who can make the payments who just don't want to now? You're going to manipulate the system. A lot of good, honest, hardworking individuals run real estate businesses where these individuals are going to take advantage of them, and it's just downright unethical if you do this, guys, and you should be ashamed of yourself if you're not paying your landlord because you're going to use this as a loophole. Now, there's just lots of other things happening. Note buyers are struggling to sell their notes right now because obviously who wants to take on paper when there's a high chance of default? A lot of people are once again backing out of deals. This is affecting investors as well. This is a lot of problems going on. Now, on the optimistic side, some things you guys can be doing is, for one, as an investor, go try to raise some money right now. There's more money sitting on the sidelines than there's been in forever because it's all a stock market. Once that stock market takes off and rockets off, that money's going back in the market, and you're not going to be able to touch that money while that's riding that roller coaster back up, because the same fear that pulled money out of the stock market is going to be the same fear that puts it back in as people start to see it go back up. And this could be sooner than we think, because they're going to see it's taking off and they don't want to miss the ride up, and it's going to go in there and it's going to stick in the market again. So right now, while it's off on the sideline, guys, you can be buying you are raising money to buy houses, because you will see foreclosures pick up, you will see short sales pick up, you will see REOs pick up, and low equity purchases pick up. Now, that being said, you can buy cheaper houses right now. The same fear in the stock market, people cashing out, taking losses, people will take a cash loss on their house right now and take an accepted offer for a little bit less. And then, guys, just take advantage. If you're an agent, don't back down right now. Go take your CE classes, do something, because I want to show you something right now, press release talking about the market in China and why this is an exciting thing that we can see, that I think this is going to bounce back quickly, guys. So I think, as I have said since the beginning of this, don't take your foot off the pedal. In fact, amplify your efforts in your business right now. Go harder, push harder, because everybody else is pulled off, which means opportunities are more easily attained by you. The other thing is, if you're in social media, guys, you need to amplify everything big time. We are fighting for attention. The cost of attention right now is the lowest it's ever been. People are not advertising. You can get paid ads for cheaper than you've ever been able to get them in a long time, as well as when people are not out there coaching their kids' soccer team and going to restaurants and going to movies. They're all sitting at home. If they're not watching Netflix, they're watching information on how to build their business. So if you guys are doing social media, you need to amplify this down, guys. I have a video coming out tomorrow about how I can help you do this. So let me do a quick screen share here and show you kind of what I'm seeing. And I want to show you why I think we have an optimistic future here in the near future. Okay, let's dig in. Guys, I want to keep you optimistic here. And this is an exciting article, and there's more of these like this on the internet. So let's take a look at this one right here. So South China Morning Post has written this article. It says China's housing market springs back to life as sales in 30 major cities triple with this crisis abating, right? So what that means is it's kind of clearing over there. And I'm gonna go through this article with you. Property sales in 30 tier 1 and tier 2 cities triple in March from February. That's a good sign. Remember, they are a month or two ahead of us in what we're seeing. And I'll show you these dates here in a second. Sitting sales in pockets of market, basically talking about the market's going up. China's private housing market is springing back to life as more sales offices reopened across the country following a nationwide shutdown, saving home builders from a deeper financial slump this year. Transactions in at least 8 large cities, not going to attempt that right there, indicated buyers have returned in recent weeks, with volumes surpassing the average levels in the final quarter of 2019. That is some good information, guys. So what they're saying is things are getting back to normal in China, who's just a couple months ahead of us in this kind of a pattern if you studied the graphs. And it's bouncing back quickly, like a lot of us have been saying it would and hoping it would. And we have a high likelihood of having this happen here as well. So if everything's going to bounce back here in a month or two, guys, why even retract from your business? Why not double down, kind of clear some stuff off the plate and prepare yourself for when the furious pace of business picks back up? Okay. The rebound comes as a relief to the industry as measures to contain the outbreak kept buyers away from the almost frozen market. Developers have since offered discounts to boost sales and avert a liquidity crunch as factories resume production and lockdowns ease in the signs of this health crisis abating. Okay. Prices of some new projects were capped. Not going to go there, but this is important right here. Home sales in 30 large and medium-sized cities trending up have reached 8.6 million this month, up from 2.33 million in February alone. Think about that, guys. That's 4 times more, and we are just now going into peak selling season. So, guys, if you're an agent, don't get frustrated. This could easily blow over, and we could still have an incredible selling season here. So, guys, stay positive. And Suzhou, don't blast me if that's not how you say it. I am from Texas. A tier 2 city close to Shanghai, some 75,800 homes were sold in the week ended March 8th. Can't even talk right now. That's why, because I'm up at 4 a.m. That is higher than the 65,000 weekly average in February. So you can see things are coming back, guys. Long story short. So they're just a little bit ahead of us. So I want to give you this article right here to kind of let you see. So first case of this happened in the United States. An outbreak happened here in Wuhan. It launched in December. And then it comes down here talking about on January 19th, 2020, this was the first case here that popped up in Washington. So we're kind of a little bit ahead of them by about a month or two. So there's other articles I'm reading that 95 to 97% of businesses in China are back to open doors operating. So everything's kind of coming out of quarantine. People are going back, living their life. And so this is something that's very optimistic, guys, that you should keep in mind, that things could spring back quickly. So right now, don't take time off your business. Don't lose hope. Don't lose heart. Stay home. Stay safe. Spend some time with your family when you normally traditionally don't, because if you're a busy entrepreneur like me, I understand that. But guys, just get out there and do some research. Don't listen to the news media who's driving a lot of views, who's making a lot of money with this panic and fear. Think about what the news media does. Get out there and hear the real stories and study the real numbers. And yeah, this can be a pretty shaky next few months. And I'm hoping that we don't see this turn out bad, because it could. But looking at what's happening ahead of us in other countries, we have some pretty good optimistic information coming in. So stay strong, guys. I appreciate you guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like it, share it, subscribe to the channel, guys. I much appreciate it.